Hello everyone, so thanks to a comment I actually received, yes, I do read your guys' comments, I'm going to make an video just geared toward beginners for Airsoft, just what you need to know, stuff I wish I knew, and just helpful tips, but I will make more videos touching most of this stuff, just more in-depth. So without any further ado, let's start the video. But the most important tip I can give you, and which was actually put in the comment, thank you very much, and yes, I know I've already said this, but I read your guys' comments, I enjoy reading comments, but research your local airsoft field. That is something that I neglected at first. I'm just lucky that there's fields close to me, or fairly close to me, but you have to make sure you even have fields near you, because if all the fields are over an hour and a half away, that's going to make it a lot harder to play Airsoft. Different fields have different FPS rules. Also, which was mentioned in the comment, some fields don't have techs. One of my fields has a tech. He was able to fix up my hull breaker. It was really nice, very helpful. Was also able to do spring change. But there's another field, it doesn't have a tech, which that's difficult because then you don't really have anyone to fix your airsoft guns. So just make sure you research all that stuff in the first place. That's probably the most important thing. But I will be making airsoft videos in the future on how to disassemble airsoft guns, because it's actually not that hard. Once you get into the gearbox itself, then things get a little difficult. But just the gun itself, it's actually not that hard to disassemble. So again, make sure to research your field. That is very, very important, because if there's no field close by, I'm sorry, but you're not really going to be able to play Airsoft unless you have a bunch of friends that would also like to. And you also need to know the rules. I mean, that's pretty standard, though. I'm pretty sure most people would know the rules. Now, this may seem like, I just hit the camera, this may seem very obvious, but remember, don't overspend and don't underspend. I can say this very quickly. If you underspend, you're going to get an airsoft gun that you don't like, it might break, it won't really be an enjoyable experience. Now, underspending, I'm talking about really cheap airsoft guns, like sub 100 ones. But just don't buy something that you don't want, because then you're wasting money. You're gonna want something new, but at the same time, do not overspend. Overspending in airsoft is super easy to do. Make sure you know what you're getting is worth the money. Check out review videos. I'm not saying watch my videos, though that would be nice. Check out a bunch of videos on that airsoft gun before you buy it. Just check general recommendations, because if you overspend, then you're losing money that you could have spent on something else that you'd really like. I think the Hellbreaker was a great purchase, $230. If you have more money, maybe go for a Crytek. If you have less, go for the G3 Microswitch Gearbox AEG that I recommended in my $250 airsoft build. There's just a lot of options, and you don't want to be wasting money, because that is no fun. Another recommendation I have is getting a mid-cap. Winding magazines is a pain. Having one high cap can be nice so you don't have to worry about running out, but mid-caps are so nice. You just put them in and they work. It's really nice. But if you're getting a mid-cap, you need a speed loader. Now, theoretically, well, not theoretically, you could do this. Bring it out into the field, just reload mid-match once if you run out of BBs, because this can hold like 500. It's really nice. But without a speed loader, you cannot load mid-caps. You can get like 30, I think is the max I got before my fingers were really hurting. You can get more, but it's so much easier. You can get smaller versions of these for like $8. You need a speed loader. They're really, really nice. I would also like to mention, don't be afraid to open up your airsoft gun. I'm going to make some more videos on how to do that, how to do a quick change spring, just how to open up your airsoft gun in general. But as long as you're not opening up the gearbox, which is apparently more difficult. I haven't done it because I have no need to currently. But the gearbox can be a little tricky, but don't be afraid to open up your airsoft gun, just for some basic maintenance. On my Microswitch Colt whatever, the barrel was wobbly. So we just screwed in some stuff, we opened it up, turns out we didn't need to, we just screwed in some stuff. But it was a very easy fix, and I don't know, there's some very simple fixes that you can do by just opening up your airsoft gun. Don't be afraid to, as long as you're not being dumb, you shouldn't break anything. So I just wanted to mention that because I was actually really afraid to open up my airsoft gun. But again, aside from the gearbox, it's actually pretty simple. And also make sure to choose the right BB weight. I actually, for starting out, if you're considering between indoor and outdoor, I would just go with .23s, honestly. Just 5,000 .23s for like 20 bucks. Honestly, I think that's the way to go. Maybe .25s, because they're fine indoors, good outdoors. Like, it's just, it doesn't matter all that much, though. You can do your own research on that, because I'm no expert. But batteries, you need to know your batteries. Most good airsoft guns are going to use, I shouldn't have held it by the cord, are going to use a 7.4 volt LiPo. LiPos are more powerful than NIMH batteries because, I don't know why, but they are more powerful, which means they also put more stress on your gun, but they give you faster trigger response, and that is very, very nice. So LiPos, I definitely recommend. Most guns, if you just have just a solid gun, it'll be able to handle 7.4. This is like Tamiya, I don't know how to pronounce it, but this is the standard connector. But if you want to go, I don't know if you heard that, I just knocked a magazine off the table. If you want to go a little more advanced, if your gun has a MOSFET, like the EMG Hellbreaker, which a MOSFET, there's these little trigger contacts, right? When they get close together, electricity can arc with more powerful batteries that can like wear them out over time. A MOSFET is a little circuit electronic thing that eliminates that. I don't get it. I'm not going to pretend like I understand it. I could explain it, but I wouldn't do a very good job at it. But if you do have a MOSFET in your gun, I highly recommend 11.1 volt LiPo. These make your trigger response fantastic. They're just really nice. 20C, 1000 milliamps, I don't know, but it's really nice. This is the Dean's connector, which is a better connector. It's just a lot more stable connection. It can even give you 1 or 2 extra RPS. It's really nice. But look at this. All right, this is 1,000 units, right? This is the 11.1. I mean, wait, I'm holding it too close to the camera, so you can't really see. Look at the difference. So they have the same amount of charge, but 11.1 is actually much bigger, which I just thought was interesting. But yeah, if your gun can handle this, an 11.1 is really, really nice. I will admit that. And, oh yes, I'm sorry. I've never gone through a whole battery in a day. Now, given I don't just spam BBs constantly, but so far I haven't gone through a battery I haven't used up a battery in a day. You only need 1 battery at the start. If yours runs out, then just buy a second one. But again, that goes back to the overspending. Don't waste your money. And the last thing I would like to mention is don't be afraid to get shot. Airsoft, don't be afraid to be shot, because it's not that bad as long as you're wearing, I just wear a t-shirt with a sweatshirt and a light coat over it. It's completely fine. That might be even a little extra, but don't be afraid to be shot. The whole fun of airsoft is going up and all that action and stuff. Don't sit in the back. I'm telling you, it's way more fun than running up and shooting a guy, or maybe getting shot, maybe not shooting anyone. It's a lot more fun running up and getting shot than it is just camping in the back and getting a guy or two. Trust me, just have fun. I mean, don't be afraid to get shot. Also, on your first game, this is what my first game was, don't expect to do amazing. Your first game is learning what you're doing wrong. So you'll still have fun. I still had fun, but you learn what you do wrong. You learn where you get shot from. The first game is a very big learning experience. But that's about it. I might make a part 2. I don't know. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.